Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner. This is the NBA Odds Couple Show. Today is Monday, February 22nd. You know, Mike Brenner, one of the reasons that this show is gotten so popular is because there's an element of humor in it. There's jokes in the show that people like, but the picks themselves are not supposed to be the jokes.
Not at all. Not at all. And you know what, though? This is a roller coaster. You know it as well as I do. And I feel good about this week. I think we both can get up and do what we do best. We bounce back, and we're going to get consistent. You know, shit happens, and bottom line, I can't look back.
All right.
You know, I'm serious.
You understand my point, right?
Absolutely.
We're giving them jokes. Yeah. We're giving them picks.
Picks are not a joke.
They can't be the same thing. Right.
Can't be,
okay.
no.
Separate.
Can't be. Absolutely. And we're going to keep it. And I'm feeling good because I went 9-3 on SBR media over the weekend.
That's right. No, what you said? You said you gave 11 winners out of what was it?
Actually, I was 9-2 the one day. I did 11 out of 13 winners though.
And that's where
over the
on
weekend.
Twitter?
On Twitter, SBR Sports Picks. Tweet us. Absolutely.
All right, but you know what gets the most attention is these freaking picks here.
Right.
So let's step it up. All right, Monday, February 22nd. You know what it's like? The NBA season. It's like a wave that you catch, a wave of winners where you're following teams.
Like that.
And I find that you remember to start the season we weren't that hot either. You know, and it's like when the second half starts again, it's like you got to catch the wave, even if you were on a good wave at the end of the season.
I think there's a set coming in. So here we
All
go.
right, well, we got Cleveland and Golden State once again. You know, Golden State, Atlanta not doing well in their first two games. Are they going to turn it around here? Maybe, maybe not. But Golden State getting just 7 points at home is maybe not the kind of team you want to try to do that against right now. 7 or 7.5. Is that one of your picks today for us, Mike Brown?
Actually, it is. I like Golden State.
Yeah,
I like
makes sense to me. Let's hear your analysis and your pick.
I got them on the first half -4, and I'm also taking them on the game -7. I just think Atlanta is just too up and down. Jeff Teague is hurt. His wrist is still banged up. All right, what happened? Golden State just jumped all over the Clippers the other day, covered a good first half for me over the weekend. But in the last 35 seconds, gave up 3 threes. Bam, bam, bam. So they got a little scared there towards the end. So I think they're going to want to put this team away and do it with authority. Had it been the Hawks from last year, I might say, wait a minute, but definitely not the Hawks team from last year.
That's what I was thinking about. I'm thinking, like, is this one of those kind of just no-brainer games? And you think it is? You think Atlanta has enough? I mean, Golden State has enough energy and motivation and will to do it now?
And I still think in the back of their head, they're driving towards that record of the Bulls 72 wins. So I like that on the half end of game, -4, -7.
That was something I was leaning towards. I'll tell you what, Mike Brenner, on the overnights, I made 2 bets. I'll tell you, let me ask you what you think of. One of them moved in my favor. One of them has not moved yet. The first one I bet Phoenix and the Clippers over. I got two 10.5. Right now it's 211.5 or 212. The Greek has 211.5, which makes me a little bit nervous. But Phoenix is a crappy team, but they're on a back-to-back, but they're rotating a lot of guys in and out. They're playing like 10 guys a game, giving them double digits in minutes. And I'm thinking that they should be able to, they won't be tired from their back-to-back, and in their 2 games after the break, both teams got to triple digits, right? Both of them went very high scoring, and the Clippers, unless we expect them to either, be crappy offensively or to clamp down on defense, they'll put up their points as well. And then the line has moved again in my favor. What do you think about the over 211.5?
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that you picked that because you touched on something, and I do. I listen to everything you say.
Yes.
I mean that because
that's good.
Wisdom, a lot of wisdom.
I appreciate that, Mike Brenner.
But you were talking about when a team, spreads out like Phoenix does. They got rid of their star. You got a lot of guys rotating in and out, and those numbers tend to go up. So I like that. I think you're on the right side. Plus, the Clippers put up some late numbers in the fourth quarter, so they might be capable of doing that.
All right, it definitely makes me nervous that the Greek appears to be hanging a lean to the under. They're hanging 211.5, but I'll take it, and I will take the Greeks number over 211.5.
This is official, right?
Yes, I'll make that an official pick. Sure, what the hell? Yeah. And do you have any other picks for us, Mike Brenner?
I do, actually.
Let me guess. It might involve Cleveland, right?
How did you know?
Is that true? Well, let me set this up then. The Cavs have got a nice win over OKC and Detroit.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll turn it around, but 2 margin ATS losses since the break. And what do we have right now? We have 8.5 or 9.
Yes, exactly. And again, the Cavs over the weekend through social media at SBR. I nailed both of those first half in the game.
Nice.
I said also in the tweeter, whatever they call that
Tweeter?
shit. I said Kevin Love's probably going to be the X factor. Sure enough, he did. He stepped up big. Kyrie Irving left. He's got like a flu or something. But I like him tonight on the first half. I grabbed it at -5. Okay, and again, they're clicking right now. I think this team is capable of doing what they need to do to get it done. And Detroit just gave up 59 points to Anthony Davis, so they were running Jason.
They're horrible. I mean, their first 2 games. if you base your expectations here on their first 2 games since the break, this is a no-brainer pick. That's a little bit dangerous too, don't you think? To see a team that's had 2 horrible games since the break, are they going to bounce back or not?
Stan Van Gundy's shaking. He's scratching his head, and he better figure it out quick. But I like the Cavaliers' momentum. I think honestly they're the second best team in the NBA, and I think they know it, and they're starting to put some things together. So I love that tonight. So that's my third pick is the Cavaliers on the half. I got it at -5.
All right. What do you think about maybe the a shot with the over on that one? It's 206.5 right now. What's Dan Cleveland? Are they still running and gunning, or are they going back?
They're running and gunning, but Detroit scares me for that 206 number right there. I think Cleveland's defense is able to shut this team down. No one's just stepping up. No one's putting up numbers night in and night out. So,
but what about the first half over? That's kind of tantalizing.
And you've done good. You've done good.
No, I've done bad. I had a big loser with a first half over with Cleveland recently.
Okay, but you only go to the one recently. I'm talking as a whole with with a sample. You've done well. And guess what? You should have stuck with Philly the other day.
I know.
By the way, I had to throw that in there.
That's been the pattern for me the whole year. But that's okay because listen, if we give advice and recommended plays, I don't put them up here, but someone else hears it
and they still do it.
Yep, good for them. All right, I'll tell you the second bet that I made on the overnights. This one hasn't moved yet.
Will it be official?
I don't know. We'll see. I took the under in Boston, Minnesota. It's 217 right now. Heritage hanging 216.5. Boston's on a back-to-back. They just got a big win at Denver on the road. They figured to be a little. They put up 120, big win. They figured to be a little bit more.
And they were playing up there in that high altitude.
Yes, so, exactly. Now I would also be leaning Minnesota a little bit, and that also has moved. I did take that one on the overnight as well. Small.
I'm actually surprised at that number, Pete.
+5. Yeah. Now it's 4.5 market wide though. I did bet it on the overnights at 5. So I would lean under and lean Minnesota. I like the under quite a bit more, though. It's just, Minnesota's been very iffy. They have a bad ATS record at home overall. I think the total is a little bit too high. What would you think about the under 217?
If anything, out of all that, I like that under. I'm really surprised that number was set at 217.
Yeah, so. High number. Well, Boston, when their offense is clicking, can score on anyone.
Yeah, but like you said, they're coming down from the high altitude in Denver. They might be a little tired. That might be good.
I'll make that a second official pick under 217. Boston, Minnesota. All right, that's 2. 2 for me. We got 3 from you. Is there anything else you want to give us, Mike Brenner?
No, I'm done. 3 for the night. I think we're going to knock them all down. And again, just look out. Cleveland's going to start picking up some momentum, boys.
And maybe from some of the other games we'll learn something because Miami been very surprising, right? 2 covers and overs in their first 2 games. That's a little bit surprising. They're a huge undertrender in the first half.
That guy is an absolute beast.
Right. And then, of course, the Knicks had a nice win in their last game, and they're playing a tough team on a back-to-back Toronto tonight. Maybe we'll learn something about them.
Exactly, because the Knicks haven't shown enough consistency to win now. If they could start stringing together 2 to 3 in a row, also like Toronto, because Toronto's been struggling as of late. So, a lot of stuff will play.
Well, we only got 7 games tonight, but maybe we'll learn something, and let's recap our picks. I got over 211.5 Phoenix Clippers and under 217 in Boston, Minnesota. And Mike Brenner, you have what?
I have Golden State on the first half -4 and on the game -7, and I got the Cavaliers first half -5. Pete, let's heat up this week.
Let's get them tonight. We'll be back tomorrow for the Tuesday card.